You can generate leads from podcasts today. If you're engaging, if you're informative, if you have a message to share with the audience, then there's a couple of places that you could generate leads from directly from the podcast. Podcast hosts have often turned into actual clients of ours personally. I've also seen this happen to some of our own clients that we've booked them onto podcast shows and they've ended up working with the actual podcast host. That's number one. Number two, you've also, of course, got the audience of that podcast. So the audience are listeners of potentially your target niche, potentially a separate niche, but contains the same relevant audience. And I have also seen for ourselves, for myself, and for clients at Pearl Lemon Leads that we've had actual podcast audience members reach out to then contact, the guest about services or products. That's number two. Number three, there's also the SEO aspect to it. Once you're out on a podcast and that podcast goes out onto the World Wide Web, then that podcast host is going to continue actually producing shows. They're going to continue promoting their own shows. You may well be promoting the show that you're on. With all of that in mind, it may be the case that someone from your social network, someone from their social network, someone from their old audience or their audience, anew will find you, reach out to you and book in. The fourth way that you could generate leads is from the process, and I actually mentioned this in the third, search engine optimization. So you are going to begin appearing socially on the web. You are going to then also most likely get a link back to your website. So if you're working with Pearl Lemon SEO and you are doing a podcast outreach with Pearl Lemon Leads, the two become very powerful as working in a system together whereby you're getting exposure, you're getting, talking to a host, speaking to new audiences, you're generating leads and you're also generating backlinks. You're getting a link back to your actual main website, which is going to help you generate leads. So that is the four ways that you can use podcasts to generate leads. And the fifth thing, it's a bonus, is that you become really, really improved and better at the process of communicating and sharing your story with the world, because then you're doing it all the time. So there also presents lots of growth opportunities from the storytelling aspect.